Wow, I feel like it's been forever since I recorded something. Has it not? I feel like a lot has changed, and I feel like a lot hasn't really. I finally got my wheels and tires on after 3 or 4 years of desire around them. Dissatisfied with how it turned out, but still on the way to how I want it to look. That subject has been taking over my mind for the past week, and there's nothing really else that I've been paying attention to. Just because my car feels like an extension of me, and also at the same time, I'm spending so much money. So I want to make sure I'm making the right decisions, and it feels like there's a lot on the line. But other than that, life has been good. Life has been good. I'm glad I finally got my wheels on. That's been nice. I'm just waiting to have another piece come in that I can install to make it feel more complete. But anyways, let's talk about life. Right now I find myself in a time of integration still. I've learned a lot over the past year, and obviously I'm not going to rush myself into integrating everything that I learned within that year. Step by step, whatever comes up in the moment. There's so many things that I wanted to say that I have recorded already. It's just my camera keeps not cooperating. My battery keeps dying on me. It stops recording in the middle of my talking. I have been living life through my human recently. The only thing I have to be careful of is not falling into the trap slash habit of believing that this is all I am. What's in front of me is all I am. It's not true. It's not. I do like the idea of going about life from a spiritual perspective, but as a human and with the cooperation of my mind. But now has really been a time to exercise all this talk that I have been around money. That's not a correct sentence, but you know what I mean. Right now is a time for me to really embody a state of wealth, but balancing it between being fully delusional and being fully in a state of lack, which means like being fully spiritual as a soul or being fully human and in survival mode. So I'm learning how to balance those two worlds. I've been enjoying life more too because my definition of problems has changed. I don't see really issues anymore. I see situations. I used to define them as opportunities to better define what you want your reality to look like. And yes, that is true, but I'm getting kind of tired of that definition. Just because, I don't know, I feel like it just doesn't click if you're not in the right mindset. So, my new definition of problems can just be the universe, the world, life, giving you an opportunity to show what you're really made of. You are bike and not just Bart. Bart? Bark. Yeah. That you are actually bite and not all bark. It's making my eye twitch. That's my new definition of a problem. And I don't want to frame it as a test. It's more of just like, who are you? Who are you going to choose to be in this situation? You want to improve your money situation? Who are you going to decide to be when bills come in? When you feel a sense of lack, a sense of urgency? Yeah, I'm really learning to embrace and even enjoy life as a whole, knowing that I don't know how to describe it. I'm in a human experience, and I'm not just human, and I'm not just soul. I'm both, at least right now. I'm gonna make sure that it's recording because I have some trust issues with my camera now. Okay, cool. We're recording. I don't want to mess up the angle. A big message that I have been wanting to get across, and it's probably fine-tuned now that I've recorded this several times and it has been in the scrap pile. Is this a good camera angle? Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, understand that you are actually where you are meant to be. Like, you're not supposed to be anywhere else. And that feeling of urgency or a sense of not being where you want to be is your ego. Because yes, it is possible to be spiritual to a point where it becomes toxic. And I want you to be aware of that. I want you to be aware that all aspects of life are perfect. All aspects of you have a purpose. Your shadows, your limiting beliefs, your ego mind, your current reality, they don't deserve to be neglected just because you want a better life. They're meant to be embraced and fully experienced and not resisted. Resisting causes persisting. It's better to subscribe to the idea that the fact that you want certain things signals that they are already yours. And I know you want things right now. You want big things right now. And you want them fast. But that's not what your soul wants. That's what your ego mind wants. Your soul recognizes the things that you desire. Sorry if you can hear my stomach. I'm a little hungry, I guess. It is my lunchtime. And as long as you're in the direction of what you want, you're facing the direction, you have the intention, I feel like an important step that is left out is the state of non-resistance. With all of that, what you want becomes inevitable as long as you're not in a state of rushing or feeling like something has to be different in order for you to feel good now. Because if you feel any other way right now, it's just signaling to the universe unsatisfaction, dissatisfaction. And when you send that signal, guess what you're going to get back? Oh my gosh. Let me show you what I have for lunch today. I forgot I used to do this. I'm proud of my lunch because I cooked it last night and I haven't cooked in a while. Would you care for some steak and broccoli and rice? I made another one for me last night for dinner. So good. It was a little rare, but I feel like it was just barely rare enough for it to be enjoyable. I'm a medium rare type person. Back to what I was saying. I think I'm learning that the soul enjoys the journey. I've always said that, but I'm finally comprehending it. Every moment is supposed to be savored. I'm learning that if you're not resisting, then you're in alignment. I used to chase so much to be in alignment, which I thought was a state of bliss and peace. And my problems didn't disturb me, and life was looking amazing to me. But I'm understanding now that alignment is simply non-resistance. I'm learning that I can feel upset and I can feel angry. I can feel impatient. But as long as I'm not resisting, which I don't think those two can coexist, but my point being, as long as I'm not resisting, I am in alignment. Even if I'm confused, even if I feel lost. Alignment is on the other side of resistance. And you don't even have to rush being... What's the word I'm looking for? You don't have to rush being resistant. Non-resistant. Allowing. You don't have to rush yourself into this state of feeling like you are allowing things. Because, I don't know, just things happen when they're meant to happen. And any sort of rushing is resistance. Are we running in circles right now? Circles are good, I think. I feel like I got my point across. Just know that every moment is special. No matter what situation you find yourself... Sorry, I don't talk a lot, so my mouth is a little slow compared to how fast my thoughts go. No matter what situation you find yourself in, alignment is on the other side of resistance. Allowing, going with the flow, having your intentions for a better future, a better situation, but still embracing where you currently are. That's alignment. And that's really it. Once I get more information, I will let you know. I'm going to eat my lunch now because I'm a little hungry. I don't know if you can tell. But bye.